Yo, yo. Oh, shit. Boom. Yo, yo. What's good? It's your boy Fresh. We back. Shit. Another death battle today. Now, this is one of the joke ones, right? But I'm taking this shit mad serious. What are you talking about? I haven't seen Despicable Me in a minute. I haven't seen the blue nigga make a mind. I ain't seen that shit in a minute. So, I know he was fighting that one fucking guy that was strong as hell. So I think I'm gonna go with the blue nigga. But hold on, I'm watching. Look at that dude.
Gru versus Megamind.
You either die a despicable villain or live long enough to become an admirable hero.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job
to
analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
It's definitely a joke one, bro.
Evil never dies. It merely goes dormant, waiting for a villain to arise and spread its name to the darkest corners of the earth.
Like a man so evil, he cuts in line at the coffee shop and makes balloon animals for kids and then pops them in their face. What a despicable man.
The world would surely tremble at his name, Gru.
Really? Just Gru? Doesn't have some sort of stage name or like doctorate or, you know?
Felonious Gru, son of the supervillain known as the Bald Terror.
Oh man, he's so dead.
Even as a small child, Gru had big aspirations. He could make rocket bikes, cheese rays, and this dog?
And his arsenal grew even more with the help of his new best buddy, Dr.
I haven't seen the last, 3 Despicable Me.
Nefario. See? Now that's a supervillain name. Come on, man.
With Nefario's help, Gru's gadgets grew gadgets. Flamethrowers, sticky fingers, fantastic entertainment for 2-year-olds, and a fully weaponized airship. Though I must question this thing's aerodynamics.
It's loaded up with wing-mounted machine guns, a rocket thruster that can escape the Earth's atmosphere, and a whole lot of missiles.
Despite the impressive firepower, Gru's go-to weapon seems to be his freeze ray, which can encase most people in ice with a single shot.
With his gadgets and gusto combined, and a little
freeze ray.
From the school ability, Gru started making strides in the underworld of evil. He swiped the crown jewels when he was only a kid, nabbed the New York City Jumbotron just for fun, and even stole both the Eiffel Tower and the Statue of Liberty.
From Las Vegas.
Yeah, Gru was bad, but he wasn't good at being bad. A lot of his schemes kind of blew up in his face.
The line dividing genius from moron is a thin one. Just look at us.
Oh yeah, my back hurts from carrying all the genius between us.
Regardless, while Gru may not have been the infamous villain he'd hoped, he did earn the loyalty of a few guys.
Guys?
Yeah, guys, like little guys. There's Kevin, Bob, Stuart, Otto, Billy, Larry, John,
When they get names.
Liam, Chad.
Oh, the Minions! And that's not just their role, it's the actual name of their species.
Right, the Minions have existed since the dawn of life itself, over 3 billion years ago, and they all follow one instinct: to serve the biggest, baddest, most despicable villain they can find.
T-Rexes, Count Dracula, AI artists, whatever evil they can lay their grubby little eyes on. Or just one eye. But finding their big boss was the easy part. Keeping them, not so much.
The amount of times the Minions have incidentally caused the death of their own bosses is staggering.
Wait, didn't one of them serve the Queen of England?
What about it?
Nothing.
The Minions witnessed Gru's villainy firsthand and decided that he would be the next big boss they follow.
It worked out like PB&J, because like Gru, these guys do machines.
The Minions invented the fly swatter centuries before humans did. They somehow crafted light bulbs and instruments while living in the Arctic. So, naturally, building Gru's absolutely massive evil lair proved a simple task.
They're geniuses. They once pulled off a jailbreak by building a flying machine out of prison outfits, fans, computers, and toilets. Aisle seaters are in shambles right now.
And they're seemingly invulnerable, having been smashed flat, set on fire, and exploded by missiles even
I mean, of course, it's a cartoon.
inside their own mouths. But also, they're possibly immortal? Kevin here has been around since the dawn of their species, which
That's
means
crazy.
Kevin is 3 billion years old.
And their numbers keep increasing. Over
He's stupid. So, like, what are we talking?
10,000 minions clock into work every day.
And yet, in a real work setting, they'd be fired in minutes.
Oh yeah, there's nothing like a banana, a popsicle, a butt, or anything remotely silly to distract them enough for plans to go off course. But these guys love TikTok.
It's no wonder that, even with thousands of minions at his back, Gru still couldn't cut it as a supervillain.
10,000.
Maybe it was time to hang up the freeze ray for good,
That's
but
crazy.
not before taking a chance at his ultimate dream.
Dear Damon!
Easier said than done.
Oh no, really? The moon?
When he couldn't get the shrink ray he needed on his own, Gru required a new, even more despicable weapon.
Children. Specifically adopting 3 girls. And somehow it worked. Crime of the century, here we go.
How tragic that through all the dance recitals and unicorns, Gru discovered the joys of fatherhood.
Oh, story of my life. God, I'm so proud of her. Anyway, out with the villain and in with the bedtime stories.
But even though he turned a new leaf for his daughters, Gru wasn't done commanding his minion army. Now he'd just do it as not a villain, by joining the Anti-Villain League.
The AVL hooked him up with lipstick tasers and goop grenades, mini submarines and high-tech cars, and some great date nights with the future Mrs. Gru. Things are looking up, buddy.
5 minions even underwent experimental procedures to become more powerful than before. The Mega Minions.
Tim stretches. Dave got super strength. Gus got super strength and flight. Sorry, Dave.
What was
Jerry
this?
became an indestructible brick monster who eats live bombs. He's my favorite. And Mel's new laser eye can blast through the planet and hit a satellite on the other side in less than
Just they stole the X-Men's whole swag.
a second.
Calculating its speed across the Earth, that's
Not the
5% the speed of light.
So, Gru's true calling wasn't being a villain at all. He's an anti-villain, and he's good at it too. This guy can dodge heat-seeking missiles and casually punch out a shark in one shot, all because he was in full dad mode.
But the most incredible element here is easy to miss. For billions of years, the minions have had the biological drive to serve the greatest villain they can find. And yet, despite Gru's turn away from villainy, they chose to continue serving him. The minions' love for Gru is so strong, it overwrote their primordial genetic code.
They still see greatness in him, even now. After all, Felonious Gru will go to the moon and back to keep his
Felonious?
family safe. Wait, Kevin, don't touch that button!
Said his real name.
Okay, Megamind should be up next, but there is a
Listen, bro, I'm sorry. Alright? Get my face.
Apparently you can go from 0 to a complete site in just
got
a single prompt with Wix Harmony. I don't know if this is going to be possible.
yeah.
Where vibe coding meets
Screw.
When the villain wins. On a grim, dark day, the citizens of Metro City learned the horrifying
I haven't seen this movie in a minute. I think
answer to that question. When their hero, their Metro Man,
Yeah,
was
yeah.
lost forever. Bested by the fearsome
Who is Gru fighting? That's this guy.
supervillain destined for greatness, Megamind.
Cause if your
Okay,
rival's
so-
name is gonna be that on the nose, you better match that energy. Their feud goes way back to when they escaped their dying planet Superman style, and immediately got in each other's way.
While Metro Baby landed in a nice and cozy home, he caused the weird blue kid to crash land in prison and literally grow up behind bars. What kind of city government would make the kid stay in jail?
It wasn't as bad as you'd think. He was a perfect fit for the Metrocity prison for the criminally gifted.
Metro City.
But while everyone outside bars loved that new kid who could fly, they weren't too keen on the boy with the big blue head and his constant string of destructive accidents.
So if he was going to be the bad guy no matter what, why not embrace it and become a true supervillain?
Yeah, sounds kinda like you. Megamind is a genius inventor, creating weapons to stage prison breaks before he could even talk.
It does sound like me. With a bit of tutoring from Machiavellian in the ways of of wrongdoing, he got to work on his crime-starting career, facing off with his destined rival over and over again.
And Megamind's got everything he needs. An invisible car for getaways, assuming he can find the thing. A hover bike for flying and shooting at the same time, if he can multitask. Lasers, bombs, bubble guns, baseball bats, jet boots, and more galore.
But his go-to is the D-gun, a laser pistol with various possible effects, such as destroying, decelerating, demoralizing, de-locking, de-gravity thing.
I wouldn't
D what?
expect a guy calling himself Megamind to have the best name ideas, Wiz. He probably based the entire thing around his favorite setting, dehydration, which turns people and objects into tiny cubes for easy storage, though they can be returned to normal with a drop of water.
He did keep the whole mind thing running with his horde of henchmen, the Brainbots.
It's like Brainiac.
Mini-mechs follow Megamind's every command, even pulling off the most incredible drone show you've ever seen in your life.
Which, according to the director's commentary, is made up of over 100,000 brainbots. Though, ironically, I wouldn't call his brainbots, smart. That designation goes to Megamind's proper minion, Minion!
Minion serves many roles for Megamind. Sidekick, guy in the chair, awkward sibling relationship despite technically being his pet.
The best fish friend you could have in your plans to kidnap news reporter Roxanne Ritchie to piss off Metro Man for the 19th time this week. Or for the final time. Children, shield your eyes!
He did it! Thanks to his most powerful invention of all, an orbital death ray that could shatter mountains, Metro City's hero had fallen. It was Megamind's time to rule.
And
Good job,
he
boy.
had no idea what to do next. With Metro Man dead, what was even the point?
Clearly, he needed a new superhero to fight, and apparently, he could just make that happen. With his diffuser gun, he injected this loser with Metro Man's DNA, turning him into Metro Man 2.0, Titan.
Megamind even trained
Damn, this nigga just made a new super.
him
Why
himself
did you take it, boy?
using his disguise generator and expert acting skills. What a performer! But for all his smarts, Megamind is a terrible judge of character. When Titan
Thanks.
turned tyrant, Metrocity needed yet another superhero to save it.
Metro City. Thanks to some encouragement from an old friend, rival, who wasn't actually dead at all and just let all of this happen despite having godlike superpowers. Thanks to some encouragement from a very experienced friend,
So you didn't really beat him. No, no.
Megamind stepped up to the plate.
Hey, he had the moxie for it. Megamind's tanked explosions and dodged electric blasts. Titan was strong enough to toss around a skyscraper, and Megamind put up a solid fight with his mech armor.
A suit specifically designed to mimic the pilot's movements, whether it be lamppost sword fighting, busting a move, or being surprisingly stealthy.
And with quick thinking and some hench help, Megamind taught Titan a lesson he knew all too well.
Damn.
The bad guy always loses.
So the city decided to just forgive Megamind of all his years of terror and destruction and call him their superhero. I guess they didn't really have any better options.
Hey, Megamind took his new role as the city's hero seriously. He even built a suit that mimicked Metro Man's strength, flight, and X-ray vision.
Now, the D-gun is used to make runaway bad guys lose their balance and get caught. His portal bazooka is excellent for saving people from out-of-control cars. And while the Death Ray might not have been a hero killer, it's certainly great at blowing up giant evil robots.
And Minion was all for it.
Actually, once they went nice, Minion had to legally change his name to Old Chum because of some other Minion-related thing.
What? You mean the yellow guys?
No, I mean they got a cease and desist from Mr. Minion's Meatsicles.
Sounds delicious. I'm still gonna call him Minion. You can't break up this duo.
Even as Megamind uses his tools for good, destruction still tends to be inevitable. To the point that, as the new mayor of Metro City, and his new partner, Roxanne instated a policy that anyone inconvenienced by a Megamind battle would receive a free cup of coffee. That sounds horrifically ripe for corruption.
So that's why there's so many Starbuckses everywhere. At least the brain
Alright,
bots are
so
covering
they
all the
do
cleanup.
that.
It's a messy job being a superhero, but Megamind's finally found his purpose, even saving the city from the Doom Syndicate, which is like 6 of him.
Though not without some self-induced difficulty. You have an instant wind gun on your hip. Use it!
Hey, with girlfriend, sidekick, and adoring fans to keep him going, it doesn't matter what sort of danger comes to town. Megamind will always rise up as the defender of Metrocity.
It's Metro City!
Wiz!
All you gotta do is put on the thing that makes him. You got the powers of the. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm gonna go with the blue guy because just because of who he fights and some of his stuff like his inventions and stuff, the D stuff, dehydrate that nigga is over. So I'm going with the Mega Mind.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
You
It's
can't fuck
time
with
for a death battle!
Minions, prep the artillery! We're not letting him get away!
Hi, meatballs.
Ooh, and here I thought it was the hero who chases the bad guys! Ha! Oh!
Go ahead, Mega Mind.
Minion, I'm going to need a new pair of pants.
Yes, sir. Sending you the Sunday Best package. Take this! Freeze ray!
A dark color scheme!
Strike ray!
Henchmen who look the same!
Laser gun!
Ingenious weaponry! You are certainly a real supervillain! You're just missing one thing!
And what might that be?
Presentation!
Minions, assemble! And start the music!
He's Gru's though.
Oh! Check that mark in the morning. No, hey! We just fixed that! Come on, sir! Smash him! Oh, hey, that's kinda cute!
You dare challenge Megamind in my own monstrosity? Do you even know who I am?
Well, life is full of disappointments.
Hey!
Banana.
Now, as you like to say,
Gun! If you're going to steal my lines, at least do it properly.
Dehydrate. Damn.
whoa!
Save his life.
Okay, thank you for the help.
Minion, is the death ray ready?
Approaching. Getting there. Almost. Kinda. Maybe. On the way. Yes.
Fire!
Whoa!
Oh, Roxanne's gonna kill me.
Remember this, villain! The good guys always win! This is how it's really done! Dehydration gun!
Villain! You mean... Oh, wait a minute. This is all a big misunderstanding.
What?
Huh?
What? Nah, it's Cap. Come on, Cap. Decent.
Oh, work is going to kill me for this.
No way.
Yes, that's 2 for Gru, 0 for Will Ferrell.
With so many chaotic factors in this fight, it can get overwhelming trying to keep track of them all.
So we'll break it down 3 ways: arsenal, minions, and skill.
In terms of weapon versatility, Megamind definitely had much more to use. The D-gun alone had enough effects to match what Gru could do with nearly his whole kit. Throw in disguise generators, invisible cars.
Why?
As portal bazookas, and it's a lot for Gru to handle.
Just one problem. Megamind might have had variety, but Gru's weaponry was far stronger in scope. Sure, Megamind's death ray could blow up a mountain, but Gru's shrink ray could take out the moon.
And is much easier to use on top of it. Frankly, much of Megamind's deadliest weaponry would have little effect anyway.
Check this out. When Gru first tried to get the shrink ray, he triggered a missile trap so explosive it created a mushroom cloud. Based on the size of the blast, that's about
The cartoon shit.
4
man.
kilotons of TNT, and all those missiles fired at
This
him
would
from
help.
point-blank range.
Shockingly, that's about 38 times greater than Megamind's orbital death ray. And Gru kind of just walked it off. Megamind's mecha suit could take big hits like that, but Megamind himself? No.
So Megamind would have a hard time blowing him up, but he could still dehydrate him, disintegrate him, freeze him, or even just turn off his gravity and send him flying into space, right?
Sure, though Gru does have some similar weaponry. As far as arsenal is concerned, Gru could take out Megamind through sheer firepower, but Megamind could potentially counter with the D-Gun's effects. It's a whoever shoots first wins situation. Their arsenals match up fairly evenly.
But these guys aren't alone. Let's cover Gru's minions and Megamind's, minions.
1-to-1, one of Gru's minions was certainly more likely to take out a brainbot. Sure, minions may have the attention span of an iPad kid, but they can effortlessly hack, dismantle, and rewire most machines. Like, Megamind's brainbots.
And they just won't die! Certainly nothing the brainbots have can take them out. For all we know, the minions may be completely indestructible.
To be fair, maybe one brainbot doesn't stand a chance against one minion, but there are far more brainbots than minions in total. 10 times more. And the brainbots are a much more organized and focused unit.
Compared to the vanilla minions, maybe. But the mega minions are strong enough to rip and chomp through metal like wet paper. Aunt Mel's got a history of destroying satellites with a laser beam strong enough to cut through the earth, so it's bye-bye Death Ray.
But we can't ignore the most competent minion of them all. Megamind's minion. Old Chum.
He's way more competent than Dr. Nefario, can operate all the tech like the mech suit used to fight Titan, and can match Megamind's brains and style beat for beat. Remember that whole presentation bit in the movie? Yeah, that wasn't Megamind, that was Minion.
While Megamind's army lacks the power of, say, the Mega Minions, having a second in command who's just as smart and capable as him makes up for it, making a battle of their underlings too close to call.
So, if neither of them has a clear edge in weaponry or their henchmen, what matters most isn't the tools themselves, but how good or bad they are at using them. It all comes down to skill.
Both Gru and Megamind have their share of less than genius moments and bad luck, but even in the face of things gone wrong, Gru tends to fail upwards, still ultimately completing his missions, unlike Megamind, who tends to fail much harder before he learns how to succeed.
And we love him for it. It's not like Gru has to put up with Elvis Superman, but even during their villain phases, Gru found some success, unlike Megamind.
Who also has a bad habit of not using his weapon effectively, like never using the D-Gun against the Doom Syndicate, either because he can get easily flustered or he just loves showing off. So it's more likely Gru could succeed in a whoever shoots first wins quick draw situation with their arsenals.
Quick draw is right. Megamind dodging electric blasts is impressive, clocking in around half the speed of sound.
But it pales in comparison to Gru piloting hypersonic ships into space and dodging heat-seeking missiles at Mach 10, meaning
He's like Superman, bro. Should have thought about that, bro. The cartoon aspect of it. Fuck. This one can't count, bro. He's like Superman. And Megamind kind of grounded for real. He's like cocky. He don't use this shit right. He could drop it. Yeah, he's definitely dropping it. Yeah, okay. Alright, y'all, that'll do it. We got our first one wrong, but I'm not counting it. It does not count. Alright, y'all. See y'all in the next one. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe. I love y'all.